Hello and welcome to another episode of Tea Time with Meoni. This is a video series where I get to talk to you as if you were here live with me. Now that's not always the case. However, we are going to be doing live episodes of Tea Time at some point going forward. But for now, as a ghost appears in front of my character there, how unusual. It's nowhere near Halloween. Let him spook his way around, apparently. What was I saying? Yes, where I get to sit down and talk to you guys. Usually I do some stuff live as well. We've done a few live streams now. We actually started on twitch.tv/Meoni. There's a lot of sort of like non-content Final Fantasy XIV stuff there. So that includes my raid night on a Wednesday. And also we do some stuff during the week. Coming up on Friday, this is the first time I get to really tell you about this, is on Friday at, I think it's 7 p.m. UK time, in my Discord. If you're a member of my Discord, there will be the Great Whisker monthly quiz. Now, what that is essentially is a quiz when it comes down to it, but we have some lovely rewards this time around, and I'm not going to spoil what those are yet. I'm just going to tell you they're physical in real life items, and they are definitely worthwhile sticking around for. They're handmade as well. That'll probably give you another tip towards the quality of the stuff we're giving away. And these are physical items that we can ship pretty much anywhere in the world. So if you want to take part in a quiz, this will actually be done on Discord. I will be live streaming this on twitch.tv/Meoni on the Friday. It will be interesting, let's put it that way. We don't usually live stream all of the events like that, but this is something we wanted to include everyone in. So that should be quite a lot of fun. We have questions ranging from general knowledge in Final Fantasy XIV to actually knowledge about this YouTube channel. So if you're a massive follower of mine and you watch a lot of content, then you have a good chance of getting at least 50% of the questions correctly. And if you're great with everything else and little tidbits of trivia, then you're going to have no problem with the 14 side either. We also have, obviously, Eureka from the Start project. Part 3 will be live streamed on Saturday. This will be taking place at 5 p.m. UK time, all the way up until 11 p.m. UK time. That's on Saturday. Eureka from the Start is a project I've been doing, if you don't know, where I take as many people as possible through the entirety of Eureka from the very start. So in Eureka and Nemos, it's taken essentially 2 solid weeks while I stream the weekends and they do bits in the week to actually do a Nemos to completion for as many people as possible. People had very different schedules, and honestly, we were quite accommodating with as many people as possible. We tried to form little groups outside of the actual stream. But yes, we are definitely going into Pagos on Saturday. If you're fearing that it's too late for you to join in, that is not the case. Simply go to my public Discord, of which there's a link in pretty much every video I upload to YouTube, because it's a default little thing that I add to the description all the time. If you go to that and go to the role selection thing, give yourself a viewer rank, and then contact somebody or just ask in one of the channels for the Eureka role, somebody will give you that, and you can go from there in that text channel and arrange yourself a group. Bear in mind, though, the train is moving, so to speak, and we will be hitting Pagos on Saturday as the stream, so unless you can get to that in any way, shape, or form, it ain't gonna happen, right? So, that being said, I've learned a lot from this project. Firstly, that the community is capable of much more than it says that it is capable of in a majorative way. I find that it's a great test of what people actually, are willing to do across what they said they won't do. I have many people really interested in continuing this project now that had absolutely no interest in the project at the start, saying that it was too grindy or too time consuming or, just not fun. We've proved that that's not the case. We've had a ton of fun. We go practically insane whilst we're in there. We farm NMs. We get lots of cool glamour. We get minions. We get the mounts. We do all sorts of things on the live stream, and we involve as many people in a public voice channel as well. It's always quite fun with very little moderation here and there. The community so far that we've managed to attract into this little project has been absolutely lovely. And I can't say that there's really anybody there that has ruined it for anyone else yet. So that's really nice. It's been really, really supportive. And I'm glad that we can try and give back, because our aim for that project is to have a completed Hydartos glowy weapon for everyone and a completed Eurekan armor for everyone. And then eventually, once we're at that stage, which will be in probably many weeks from now, we will be doing Baldessian Arsenal together. So that will be the fireworks of the whole thing. A lot of people, you might have seen, they've done a project where they've done it back from the start again, but not with as many people as we have. We've had up to 70 people at any time in our group, you know, joining the public instance, not necessarily taking over, but definitely pushing it in the right way. And we've been farming NMs, and they've been popping back to back. It's absolutely glorious, and is a lot of fun, like I say. If you're not interested by now, you can watch any of those live streams. I've done both live streams are actually uploaded as videos on demand on my YouTube channel. They're called Eureka from the Start. There's Project 1, Part 1 and Part 2. They're both in Anemos, those two parts. And yeah, the first stream I did was 8 hours long, and the second one was 6 hours. That gives you an idea of how much time we've spent, even on stream, just on stream, actually doing this. It's been a lot of fun. It's a great experiment for me to see how much, if I'm even capable of doing live streaming and talking for that long. Personally, I think it's been pretty good. We've had about 200 average viewers all the way through. We only really dip below 200 when we go to a break, which is completely fair. I'm very impressed with the amount of just support and reactions I get from live streaming. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to take over the entire channel. I'm still doing my, 10 to, 20 in the future videos a week. And a minute we're closer to 10 videos a week, simply because at the moment my computer is not really helping me do them fast enough, and the sort of quality that I like to put into certain videos now is much higher than it used to be. I'm not trying to just flush videos out, so to speak. I'm trying to make them opinionated pieces, or show the actual thing I want to show on screen. It takes a lot of time to actually edit, create these and upload them, as I'm sure you could probably appreciate. If you've ever seen any other content creator, they take weeks and weeks for certain projects. Well, I try to do that within the space of a day or two. I feel that we have a commitment as somebody who sees this now as a full-time opportunity on YouTube to actually dedicate the proper time to it. And I'd certainly put plenty of time into this. I work 7 days a week, and I don't take that many breaks, to be perfectly honest with you. So I'm really enjoying. I'm not trying to say, oh, I don't enjoy this, and it's hard work. It's sometimes tricky, but it's very, very enjoyable, and I love each and every one of you for bringing me to the point where I can do this every week. It's so cool. I really hope it continues, because it's allowed me to meet so many lovely people out there, and also to help out where I can with stuff like the Eureka project, and get as many people who follow me together to be interested in one thing. So we will be using the Eureka from the Start project as kind of like a litmus test for future endeavors. So we'll be doing the Bosnian Southern Front, and hopefully whatever the future public dungeon will be in 5.4, I think it was, something like that, 5.45 or something. I'm looking forward to that. But I'm certainly looking forward to every weekend now. It's something that we'll be doing, and even when 5.3 comes out, we'll still probably be doing Eureka. Obviously, the interest will be a bit less, but since there's no actual raid tier in 5.3, I think we're going to be fine. It's going to be quite some time before we get 5.35 as well, up to, people are saying probably up to October now, so it could take very, very long time for us to get to that point where we see the resistance weapon series get upgraded. So I think we've got plenty of weeks, we've got plenty of time, and I cannot wait. I really can't wait to get stuck into Pagos. It's the second instance. It's full of hilarity. If it's anything like what it used to be, it's pain and suffering, but I know that these instances have been nerfed considerably, so it'll be fun to go in there with my 777 Whisker army, and we'll crush it. That's the name of our community, by the way. If you are interested, that's our Discord community's name and my following. So we're actually getting some emotes and some emotes made for the Twitch, for Twitch when we eventually get that ability. But we're actually getting the same emotes made for YouTube. That's the first place you will see those. At the moment, we have a couple of emotes. They're nothing special, right? There's a Moogle face, and that's about it. But we're going to have some Namazu-themed emotes. Now, I'm actually getting some people to make those. I need to get back to someone. Yes, again, I have forgotten to talk to a couple of these people. But there is somebody who's making at least one or two. They're trying their hand at it. I cannot wait to see what they come up with. And you guys, if you use the member button, will be the first to be able to use those. Now, bear in mind, if you're supporting me elsewhere, I love you already like I do a normal viewer. It's just, I can't gift you a membership. We can't actually gift memberships yet. We can't share that love. So if you're supporting me somewhere else, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to, have the privileges on this website as well. So I would say look at where you want to support me, be it through Patreon, which I know has got a lot of stick lately, or if you want to support me directly through YouTube or for a donation thing. Regardless of what it is, let me know, or connect yourself to Discord and tell me who you are. If you're somebody that's, a supporter of mine, and I will give you that rank. It's as simple as that. I try to give as many people equal access to the same stuff, okay? So I do appreciate everybody who supports me. It's just, obviously, there's multiple platforms that I use now, and I think it's the best way going forward. There's less likelihood of failure the more we stretch out. But yeah, it's a really fun time to be in the industry, I think, and doing what I do. I love doing it. It's a passion project, and it's actually allowing me to live as well without having to do external things. You don't need me to tell you how much time I spend in front of this PC researching and creating content. When it comes to patch day, which is next week, yeah, you're gonna be in heaven. So if you want to see all of that stuff, you might want to consider hitting the notification bell. I know that's really cringy to hear it from a content creator, but honestly, if you want to turn the notifications on next time we have the patch, you're gonna get absolutely flooded with content if that's what you want. If you want to not miss one of them, check out the channel, because we're going to hit 5.3 pretty hard. We have really piped up internet now, and we have plenty of stuff in 5.3 to film. I can't wait to get stuck in. It's going to be Christmas and every other kind of celebration, birthday, you name it, all rolled into one. I cannot wait. I physically can't explain to you how much I can't wait. So in other news, we've finally reached one of our goals, and that goal is the money needed for our computer, or at least to the extent of the computer I wanted to build. So I've been looking at building my own computer and the components I want to get, and we're pretty much there. I don't really want to talk about money and stuff yet. It's not something that really is the factor here. It's more of the idea of what I want. A lot of people have warned me about not going for certain things and waiting. I cannot wait forever, guys. And honestly, I would prefer to just go for it and then upgrade over time. If you knew the parts I was going for, I'm sure you would agree that I'm not necessarily future-proofing, because that's not something that you can even do these days on computers, but I'm looking at something that will last quite some years, I would imagine, hopefully about 5 years or so, with some upgrades and bits and pieces. That's what I usually do, but hopefully this lasts a bit more. I'm spending a lot of money that has been given to me over the years. Yeah, that's pretty much where all of your donations and supporter stuff is going to. It goes straight back into the project where possible. And yeah, we're finally at that point. We've had some very generous donations and supporter things. During the live streams, we've had super chats. That was a completely new experience for me. I've never seen a super chat. Essentially, you post money to somebody in your own currency, and it pops up on screen, and you have a little message, and it's all colored. Really, really cool. It's a great way of supporting as well. If you want to watch something live and you want to, cheer along with someone, there's nothing better than seeing that pop up on screen. Now, YouTube does take a considerable amount of money from that, but like I say with anything, whatever platform it is, they always take a large percent of something. The only way you can really get around that is direct donation to like PayPals and stuff, which you can do. I do have one of those sort of donation links, but again, it's still going to take a bit from you. There's no way around it. So if you want to support me, just choose your poison, pick your poison and go for it. No problems whatsoever. But like I say, we're getting some emotes designed for YouTube. That's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see those. So yes, we're close to being able to order a computer. That's where I was going with a previous conversation. The point is that we are close to being able to order a computer. Now, originally I was going to build it, like I said, but when I factored in the build costs and, you know, the VAT and everything else, it turned out to be quite negligible to actually build it myself. Also, you have the time constraint of how quickly I want to turn around that computer into something usable, and, you know, the fact that they'll do some testing for me. Essentially, I've picked the parts myself. They're going to do testing on it. I've specified what I particularly want to do. I am going with Overclockers UK. I've been with them for so many years. I've purchased most of my stuff through there. I get, if it's like some discount codes that I sometimes use, I use Honey as well, which is like a little app you've probably heard of. I've usually saved quite a bit of money on there. I've bought graphics cards from there before. I bought an entire machine for my partner. I've done all sorts of things in the past on there. It's just all the way back from 2011 or something was my earliest purchase from them. So I trust them, and yeah, I'm gonna get them to build it for me and test it and ship it out to me rather than build it myself, simply because of the time constraints I have. And also some of the components are very expensive. I would like them to mess it up and not me. Mostly I'm really confident with building my own computers. It's only seating a CPU that's really like the big issue. But I don't think it's a good idea to you know, seat my first CPU into a socket when it costs more than my car, you know? My car's pretty old, but yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on that. So that'll be about August 10th. That's usually a payday for some content creators on YouTube, myself included, I think. Sometimes it's delayed. And then I'll order that up. And then I think it takes 10 to 15 days for them to build, test, and send, which is fine. So we're looking towards the end of August before I actually get my hands on my computer, which is fine. I do miss 5.3 with the new computer, so I'll have to just use what I've got and, you know, run that into the ground as much as possible, as I usually do. But yes, it does mean we're actually achieving one of our goals, so I'm very excited about that, and I don't want to talk too much about it because I know some people will be getting a little bit annoyed at me talking about that and think I'm bragging or something, but I really am not. I'm very grateful. That's why I talk about these things, and I believe in a certain amount of transparency, and you can imagine that I will be doing unboxing video on that, and of course some like benchmarking tests, and it'll be a very fun video. I'm going to fill the thing full of LEDs as well. You'll love that. I hope. My goal is to make it look like a Christmas tree. So I'm sure I'll achieve that with LEDs, right? So yes, other things then. Final Fantasy XIV, what a beautiful game. The beautiful game that we all play and enjoy, or at least some of us do and the rest of us complain about it and love it anyway. That's usually how this goes. So recently I made a video about the importance of being critical. There was a few points that were perhaps missed by some people on that, or maybe I didn't convey it as well as I intended. But essentially my point during that, my TLDR for people who don't want to watch that video, and I can understand, is essentially that it's important to be critical of the things you love, and you shouldn't push other people's away just because of their criticism. If they're not being overtly hostile about the situation and using, you know, for example, swearing, not just swearing, but excessive swearing, slurs, direct insults to the person, telling them to go back to World of Warcraft, for example. That's one of the things we've heard before. As long as they're not doing that, I think that everybody should be open to be listened to, and we shouldn't be very knee-jerky. Overall, it wasn't a bad response from people. And I think the majority of people just were like, why does this video need to exist? And, you know, that was one of the comments, like, well, a few comments that I got, and, you know, pointing out the obvious and stuff like that. Those were like the positive ones, and there were people saying thank you for making this video. So there are some people that feel the same way at the moment. There's a lot of tension brought to the game by various content creators saying essentially the same thing, and I wanted to address it. I wanted to see what you guys thought, but a few people were very disagreeing with me. They wanted it's almost like they wanted the overtly negative hostility to exist because they believed that this was essentially a good thing for the game. But yes, I'm not going to argue in the comment section. If that's something you want to go and discuss, that's for you to do. Just bear in mind I'm deleting anything that's not very civil, you know, no insults to each other, no attacking. We are moderating that comment section, but it was quite some interesting bits of feedback from that. I think you'll agree if you read through them. So yeah, I know it's probably not the best sort of video for somebody like me to make. You know, nobody really wants to see that side of the community. No one wants to actually accept, really, that some people can be like that. But that's just purely how it is, and we have to deal with it, you know, and use that as a basis to learn. A lot of people that I've talked to before who have had that whole knee-jerk reaction of go back to World of Warcraft, blah, 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 or other insults. A lot of them actually regret what they say when they realize what they've said. They're actually alienating people from outside of a game wanting to join it. So that was my whole point there, that we should think properly before we speak. I know it's easier said than done. We're in front of a computer screen where we are immune. We're not a human in our eyes, right? You get angry at someone, you become a keyboard warrior. You know, I've been there, I've done that before in the past. I'm not going to say I've never done it, but you instantly regret it, or at least I've regretted it over the many years since I've aged, since I was a kid on a keyboard. But yeah, it's a maturity thing, it's an age thing, and some people don't grow out of it, honestly, but it is what it is. So hopefully you don't, you know, judge me too much for making a video like that, but I think it needed to be said, and I wanted to touch upon it because I don't think many people will really touch that with a 10-foot barge pole, especially some of the top-tier content creators in this community. They might not touch this because it's just not something they deem needed to have an answer or a reaction to, which is perfectly fine, but I disagree. I personally disagree. So there we go. So positive things. Final Fantasy XIV has offered me so much recently in terms of stuff to do. Not only are we doing Eureka now, we're also doing mount runs. As you saw with previous videos, we got the Omega O mount, which I trolled people by calling it a zero mount. Oh, the comment section is wonderful. Ah, so good. And then we also got the Kyubi that's not Kyubi, the nine-tailed fox from getting all of the dog mounts. I know some people are going to get annoyed at that as well because they're wolves and they're Kamoi and, you know, but they're dogs. They're doggos. That's what I call them. That's what I always call them. And you cannot change my mind. I'm just saying that right now. But yes, we finally got the last couple that we needed. I think we needed Shinryu and Sayu, and we went and did those. And yeah, I did the quest and we put it all into a video, a bit of live stuff and a bit of pre-recorded. And I think it came out pretty well. That took me quite some time to edit together, as you can imagine, but ultimately resulted in two really good mount videos, I think. We are going to also have the guide to Alphascape Force Savage. It'll probably be the video after this one or before this one, depending on which uploads first. This new internet is ridiculous. I'll tell you why it's ridiculous. You can do like a 20-minute video. You can make it 5 gigabytes or more, and it will upload in less than a minute. It's so good. That is me bragging about it because I'm honestly amazed. I've never seen internet as good as this. So yes, my internet has actually got a little bit better since my previous tea time. Things have been increasing in speed. The upload speed is about 110 now, which is much closer to the 115 I was promised. So, or at least, you know, my guaranteed. I'm very happy. I was happy with 54. I'm even happier with 110. It's absolutely lightning. It really is. And I think we're averaging about 700 down with that, because obviously the download speed has been shifted down a notch to give us more upload speed, which is fine by me. I think it's based on what we're using and they alter it. I mean, I upload a lot, so I'm sure they can appreciate that. And I'm very happy. I'm a happy customer of BT. I never thought I'd say it, but I'm very happy. And yeah, full fiber 900 is really good. That's all I'll say for now. I mean, it might turn out to be awful in the future, but for now, it is absolutely exceptional. I'm loving not having to drive out to upload videos. But yes, with a new computer coming late August, we should be able to put stuff out a lot faster, and I'll have even more time to do stuff outside of what I usually would. So going forward, like I say, my commitment to 5 days a week of videos is still there. But along with that, we're having streams. So, and we do activities on Saturday and Sunday now. So I don't really have a day off, but I can call one if I need one. I'm feeling like I need one soon. But yeah, I'm enjoying myself. I really do enjoy this sort of stuff. So we did mount runs. We worked on Omega. It was a lot of fun. We broke that fight into a billion pieces. You'll see on the video. It's so much fun to just figure out stuff that doesn't necessarily seem like a good idea, but saves you like half of the progress time, and you have to skip half of the mechanics. It's so good. It really is. I'm a massive fan of cheesing a fight if it's old content to get to what you want. And that's one of the hardest fights that you can unsync, in my opinion. So it was a lot of fun. So yes, other things we have been doing. We have our FC set up pretty well now. People are joining. It's really nice to see some new faces. If you want to join our FC, it's called Heaven's Shadow. We are on Ragnarok EU, which is on Chaos Data Center. If you're looking for a place to come and do content or just to chill, we have ranks for that. Everyone's welcome to do stuff. And honestly, it's such a friendly place at the moment. People have been saying, hey, can someone help me with this dungeon? Hey, can someone help me with this trial? People will be there to help. A lot of people on my side, a lot of the veterans that I play with are more than happy to help people enjoy their first experience through the game. So it's been really heartwarming to see that sort of attention. And yeah, come and join us. We don't bite, and we offer plenty of cookies and assistance along the way. And we have quite a lot of people on at one time, but don't feel like you can't join in. We have our Discord server to talk on as well, with FC roles and many channels. If you are the sort of person who doesn't like a channel with 50 people in it, there's plenty of channels that you can join in and do your own thing. There's no problem there at all. I wanted to point that out because some people are like, oh no, it's a big FC. It's a medium-sized FC. You know, we've got a large house with a medium-sized FC, and they're all quite nice people from what I've talked to so far. I mean, we've done a lot of stuff. I was helping someone out with Sigmascape Normal last night just because they asked, and I don't think they really expected me to help them. But, you know, if I've got the time and I'm not doing my work, I would love to involve myself with as many people as possible. So yes, you can indeed play with Meoni if that's something you really want to do. It's there. I do play with my FC members. It's very enjoyable. At the end of the day, people think you're some kind of like, oh, he's a content creator, he must be very busy. Yes. Oh, he doesn't want to play with the likes of us. No, I would love to play with other people, you know, in and out of context. No, I would love to do content with you guys, and I play the game as much as everyone else, right? I log in, I stay logged in until I pass out pretty much, and I log out, and then I wake up the next day, do my content, and then I'm playing. You know, that's literally what I do. Some people might call that unhealthy. I call that fun. That's life. I'd rather be doing that than going outside and getting diseases right now, especially into 2020's climate, as you can probably fully appreciate. And I'm massively respectful for the people who have to go out there and do stuff with the idiots that do not follow guidelines out there. So, you know, best wishes to everyone. Hope everyone is doing well, and I hope those who have been affected by that do recover swiftly, or at least you get some respite in that with hopefully no losses. I know it's hard to talk about, and we're not going to talk about it at all, but just know that my best wishes go out there, and condolences to anyone who has been negatively affected by this horrible disease, and just frankly terrible. Turning 2020 into a positive thing, I think we can agree, it's coming up Meoni, basically. You guys have been super supportive, and you're making this channel really good. And you're making yourselves look amazing as well. Like, the people that involve themselves, it makes it look like my following is the best following in Final Fantasy XIV. Yes. I'm a firm believer of that. I think every content creator believes that their little slice of a community is the best, but I'm just happy we can add so much positivity back into the greater 14 community, and that's what it's all about. Positivity and hanging out and chilling out and having a great time in the games that we love, but at the same time being critical of them, right? Not just lying down like a patsy and going, yes, this is fine. It's like, whilst the house is on fire. That famous dog meme. This person next to me looks kind of like Bayonetta. Interesting. Nice outfit though, eh? Something for everyone. So yes, hopefully this is something you like. I want to get some guests on the next tea time, or a guest. I don't know who yet. I'll be poking people around. Hopefully someone outside of just my immediate friend circle, but we'll see. I can't promise anything. But for more stuff like this and live streams and other live content, subscribe to the channel and check out twitch.tv/Meoni. But that's pretty much all I have to talk about today, guys. It's a pretty chill morning. Hope everyone's doing fine out there. My eyes hurting for some reason. I think it's my allergies again, so I'm going to have to go back on my allergy medication, which is great. But yes, stay tuned for more stuff, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you supporting me along the way, and ultimately, we are reaching goals. It's getting scary how good you guys are. We're getting close to what we were on 66,666 subscribers the other day. I had to laugh because everybody tagged me independently, be on all platforms, going, "Hey, look, Meoni, ha ha ha." I was like, "Oh yeah, number of the beast, 666." I suppose it's appropriate for 2020, isn't it? That would hit 666,666. Maybe I'm the prophet. Maybe I'm the bringer of the end. Should I get one of those cardboard cutouts, or like the back of a cornflakes packet, and write on the back of it, "Ye end is neary," and just hold that up on the side of a road? Is that what I need to do? I always wanted one of those trench coats. Why is it that every single homeless person has a trench coat? Can I have a trench coat? I love trench coats. Anyway, we're off topic. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you have any questions, we'll probably do a Q&A episode if we can't get a guest. And if we can get a guest next time, I'll use the Q&A stuff for the following week. So if you've got any burning questions, you want to ask me something, use question. Try and make it bold or like big or in caps, and then your message in that comment section. Then I can Control F and find those for a future video. But I'll try and answer as many people. So enjoy the rest of your day, like I've said 3 times already, and I'll see you all next time.